What's up, YouTube? It's your boy RC, back at you again with Boxing 411. First of all, I'd like to take this time to once again apologize. I haven't uploaded my videos, been busy on the road, and some places I've been traveling to. As I drive, the signals be bad, and for some reason, strange reasons, the upload don't come up right. Some of my videos didn't upload when I was over the road working. I will be uploading those videos again, though, about the fights that took place last weekend. But this is my post-fight reaction about Rigondeaux and Solis. And also Gary Russell Jr. and Nyambayar. They call him King Tug or something like that. Now, Rigondeaux dropped down in weight. He went down to 118. I believe he started at 115, and then he campaigned at 118, and he moved up, and he fought at 126, I believe, or was it 122? But nevertheless, Rigondeaux is a phenomenal fighter. But at the age of 39, I do find it very impressive that he did drop down in weight to fight Solis. The fight started off with a bang. I mean, it was very entertaining. It looked like Rigondeaux was going to go in there and do like he did the last fight and go toe-to-toe and make it action-packed, to prove a point. But Rigondeaux sustained a lot of punishment in that first round, a lot of unnecessary punches he took. He stood in the pocket and he didn't use his defense like he normally do. And he got rocked pretty good in that first round, and he gave some too. But that first round, Solis probably edged it out. But it was a very, very rocky start for Rigondeaux. However, after the first round, Rigondeaux, he got back to his game. He got back to being Rigondeaux, which was fight more of a defense fighter and not taking hits and doing pot shots and hitting, frustrating his opponent. And Rigondeaux began to get warmed up, and I'd say he really started cooking by the third round. He really started cooking. He was landing a lot more punches on Solis. Solis thought he was coming in there to get it. He thought he was going to go in there and knock Rigondeaux out. He put forth that effort, but Rigondeaux stopped him in his tracks. He checked him in the second round, as well as the first round. But he really checked him in that second round by hitting him with some real strong left hands, which kind of slowed down Solis from jumping in, trying to go ham and putting the pressure on Rigondeaux. But Rigondeaux, for the most part of the fight, he used his legs like he normally do. And, his defense, his skill level was on display to the dismay of the crowd because they didn't like it. They was booing him and shit. But, if you know boxing, it was a great display of defensive skills and defensive talent that Rigondeaux put on. Then he turned up his offense, slowly but surely. He started turning his offense up after round 3. He set Solis up to walk into something that he didn't want, and he walked into a nasty left uppercut. It's like a hook. It's like a left hook uppercut though. I don't know how it's a hook uppercut. I don't know. The way Rigondeaux hit through that punch, he knocked, he rocked the shit out of Solis, and he hit him with another left, a couple more lefts, and knocked him on his ass. He went flying towards the rope, so it was a knockdown. But he was left-handed, happy. I would have liked to see Rigondeaux after he rocked him with that left. I would have liked to see him after he threw another left, come back with the right cross or a right hook, and like put some threes and some threes. After he did the 2, he should have did the 3. You know what I'm saying? I would have liked to seen some 2 and 3s, which is a left hook. I mean, the left he could be throwing with a right hook, or the left straight down the pipe and a right hook. I would have loved him to see him straighten that punch out and just went straight down the middle. I think he could have possibly got rid of Solis in the 7th round. But, he wasn't able to get him out of there. And Solis tried to come back. But, Rigondeaux' game was on strong. His defense was way up to par. And you can see that he's not what he used to be, but he still got decent legs on him to get away from these, to put his defense and get away from unnecessary punishment. And he still got enough quickness to get inside and bang and get out. You know what I'm saying? So for 39-year-old, Rigondeaux looked really good. But he was up against somebody that was in his, I think he was 38, so he's 38 years old. So, all in all, it was a great display of defensive skills on Rigondeaux's part and offense when he needed it. He turned it up, and he rocked him on a couple more occasions during the fight. Rigondeaux rocked him. I believe it was, I want to say the 10th round. Yeah. He rocked him again. Solis was apprehensive about coming in there because, he didn't want to get, he wanted to taste no more than other left hooks, left uppercuts. The fight went to a draw. I mean, not to a draw. It went to the scorecards, and Rigondeaux won by unanimous decision, of course. I mean, not unanimous, split decision, my fault. He won by split decision because one of the judges had Solis up, and 2 judges had Rigondeaux up. But for the most part, I think Rigondeaux won this fight handedly. I want to say he no doubt in my mind, he won that fight. 5 rounds. I mean, not 5 rounds, but 8 rounds of 4. You know what I'm saying? He could have made it 7-5, but Rigondeaux won that fight handedly. When he put his defensive skills on, he won it handedly. Great fight. Great defensive fight. Also, I'm going to move on to Gary Russell Jr., okay? Now, Gary Russell Jr. fought Tung Nyambayar, King Tug. If I'm saying his name wrong, forgive me. But King Tug, he tried to come in there and he wanted to power Gary Russell. But Gary Russell hands was way too fast for King Tug. King Tug, he thought he could time Gary Russell, but Gary Russell was on his A game. And he was just showing a great display of offensive popping on this dude. His offense was just outstanding. He was, shoe shining him a little bit with the left, with the right, keeping a jab in his face, keeping him occupied. He was kind of like, how a person charm a snake. They show him one hand and steady popping him with the other, you know what I'm saying? Or he's showing one hand, show a snake in one hand, and you grab him with the left. That was Gary. Gary was tap dancing on him with that right jab. and fast combinations in the first 4 rounds. And Gary Russell won them. We won the first 4 round handily, easily. You know what I'm saying? It was. You know, King Tug was, I think, completely surprised about how fast Gary Russell is. And if he thought he was just gonna go in there and clear Gary Russell, he thought wrong. But Gary Russell threw some combinations, and he was hitting them with some hard shots too with the left hand. They're doing these combinations, and King Tug tried to come back. You know, everything he threw, it was a lot of Mongolians in the crowds, and they was. It didn't matter if he hit it or if he didn't land. Whenever he did something, the crowd went wild. You know what I'm saying? Behind King Tug, because it was a lot of people there, Mongolian people there, rooting him on. But all that was just the crowd. You know, of course they can't fight the fight for him. You know, King Tug, you know, came back in the 5th round and put a little more offensive pressure on him, on Gary Russell. Gary Russell started to slow down a little bit, it seemed, as the fight went on. You know, 5th round, King Tug came and, you know, he applied a lot more pressure. And, I mean, effective pressure, I want to say. 6th round, Gary adjusted, you know what I'm saying? And he was hitting him with some nice shots, walking him into some left shots, you know what I'm saying? And hitting him with some nice right hooks. Also, King Tug tried to come back again in the 8th round. Gary, his defense was on point though. But you know, King Tug did hit Gary a lot to the body. And that's something I didn't really like, that Gary was taking a lot of body shots. But I wanted to see Gary Russell Jr., you know, do some body work of his own as well. You know, I wanted to see him punish King Tug more on the body. You know what I'm saying? I think it would have made the fight a lot easier for him if he was able to get to his body as much as he was getting to Gary Russell Jr. Because them body shots begin to mount up. Because by the time the 11th round came, you know, 10th round, 11th round, Gary was starting to get a little low on the gas. He was getting a little tired. You could visibly tell it after the 10th round. But his father got in his ears and told him to suck it up, man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, his father gave him good advice. And Gary didn't coast or nothing. He went in there and he still punished this dude. Even though he was tired, he was very effective with his offense and his defense. You know what I'm saying? He was very effective, man. And although King Tug did get some nice punches in, you know, Gary could take some shots now, because he rocked Gary quite a few times during the fight. Not rock him, but he landed some nice solid shots on Gary. And from, you know, looking on the outside, looking in, it kind of looked like, you know, one would think that he rocked Gary. But Gary took them shots rather well and responded. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I wanted Gary to put him on his ass, but, you know, he couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, King Tug was definitely there to fight. And, you know, the fight kind of turned a little bit in the 10th round when Gary started applying pressure on him. Because King Tug was applying pressure on Gary for the most part of the fight in the beginning. But then Gary turned it around on his ass and started putting pressure on him. And effective pressure as well, you know. So it was sort of like a mental game that Gary was doing to dude, letting him know, nigga, I'm here, getting that ass. You know what I'm saying? It was a very, very high-tech, high-skill chess match fight. And Gary Russell Jr. definitely was moving at a high level. And man, I want to say the brother is definitely an elite fighter, you know. And it'll be very interesting. Well, let me finish this up. He won the fight, you know, hands down. Gary Russell won the fight. The fight, to me, was, I think Gary won that fight. I gave Gary 8 rounds in that fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really did not, I seen Gary taking care of business. Like with nobody business. He was whooping that dude ass, whooping King Tug ass. But King Tug, I give him an A for his effort. Just wasn't his night. It was Gary's night. And he won by unanimous decision. Gary Russell Jr. did. Now, if Gary Russell Jr. moves up in weight, I want to see the fight between him and Santa Cruz. I kind of know what the outcome going to be, but it still has to play out. I'd like to see how Leo Santa Cruz deal with Gary Russell Jr. Man, hold on. I'd like to see how Gary Russell, how Leo Santa Cruz deal with Gary Russell Jr. That would be a very good action-packed fight. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to see Frampton fight him too. But, I don't think none of these guys got the kahunas to fight Gary Russell Jr. Because Gary Russell Jr. is a high-tech, a highly skilled fighter. And, I don't think they want no Gary Russell Jr. They're going to keep running from him. He may have to go on here, jump up, just to give the fight better competition. And then again, I don't even see Tank even taking the fight. I'll be honest with you. I don't see Tank taking that fight against Gary Russell Jr. Because, I don't think Floyd and them is willing to put him in there with Gary Russell Jr. Because Gary Russell Jr., like I said, the man is an elite fighter. He can fight. He got a real good defense, really good defense. And but again, it'll be one to see, because to see how Tank deal with adversity, and to see if Gary Russell can take the power of Tank Davis. So that fight there, it'd be a very interesting fight if he did fight Tank Davis. But what may end up happening, this is just me thinking this, I think that he gonna mess around and fight Devin Haney. That's what I think Gary Russell Jr. gonna end up fighting. I think he gonna get a fight with Devin Haney, and that's gonna be a big fight because nobody wants to step up to Gary. But I think Devin Haney would welcome him in the ring. And that's going to be a big fight. You heard it from me first. You know what I'm saying? I really see that happening with Devin Haney. Because I don't see Lomachenko fighting Devin Haney. I don't see that happening. And I really believe Teofimo Lopez is going to knock Lomachenko ass out when they do fight. If they fight. And I don't see Teofimo Lopez stepping up to Devin Haney. I don't see it happening. I believe that just like he knows and we all know, Devin Haney will outbox the shit out of Teofimo Lopez. So I'm predicting that Gary Russell Jr. is going to move up 2 weight classes and fight Devin Haney. But that's my report on the fight and my post-fight reaction. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And show me some love by hitting the thumbs up button, the likes. As that helps the video get around. And you know how to find me. You know how to donate through the Zelle app. You can definitely do that at robfunk2010@gmail.com. Other than that, I appreciate y'all checking out the video. Until next time, it's our seat with the boxer 411.